Right, we're looking at section 7.5 or module 7.5, which is simple machines. Now we are going to, as our task, have a look through levers and simple machines. A simple machine, as the book says, is a device that makes a job easier to do. For example, the job of lifting the sound equipment in figure 7.51 into the van is a difficult one. The equipment is heavy and so a large force is needed to lift it. This job is much easier if a ramp is used. The force required is reduced and so the task becomes easier. So a simple machine is something that allows us to do work or to exert a force. Now we're going to have a look at levers. Levers enable us to exert a force over a longer distance, but the actual effort becomes easier. Let's look at trying to shift this rock. Trying to shift that rock, it's almost impossible by hand, but if you use a crowbar, see where the effort is up here, the effort is here, and the fulcrum or the fixed point is here, and you can exert a greater force here than if you just lifted it by hand. Same with a car jack. Wouldn't be able to lift a car, but using a jack, you can wind your handle through and it'll lift the car. Same when using a nail, when removing a nail. You couldn't pull it out by hand, but if you use a hammer, you've got an effort force here, which gives you a greater force here. Same when opening a tin of Milo or something like that. You can use a lever, the back at the end of a spoon. Now levers are divided into three classes. First class lever, second class lever, and a third class lever. Your task, the first task in this, is to draw a first class lever. To draw a second class lever, and you need to include the labeling and give examples of them, and then a third class lever, which is in fact being a speed multiplier. So you will need to read through, and I want you to draw and label a first class lever, a second class lever, and a third class lever. You need to label them. And once we've got that done, then we can talk about different examples of them. Now with your labeled diagram, you can also give an example. There are examples in the book and you may have some of your own examples. So your task, to draw and label a first class lever and give an example, to draw and label a second class lever and give an example, and then to draw and label a third class lever and give an example. Here's the drawing here. Draw and label those and give an example and submit them on MASCOM. Thanks.